Hey EMbers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 3 of my Gone Home playthrough. So we've just discovered where the attic is. We're now going into a new room. And we are of course trying to figure out where our mum, dad and sister are. So this looks like a spare room that's being used for painting. I believe mum's a painter. We have a cassette tape there that we need to go and play in Sam's room. We have some flowers, which I think are what mum is currently painting. It's a little bit dark. I do think I changed the brightness settings at one point, so I do apologise for that. We've got a bowl there. And some brushes, and you can see what mum is painting. Mum's paintings are sort of littered about the house, I believe. We have a cassette player there, so we can go ahead and play that cassette in a moment. We have a form. Let's see what this form says. So it's a performance evaluation for a Richard Pattermack, and the supervisor is Janice Greenbrier, who is our mother. So let's see. She has given them exemplary on everything. So let's quickly read the supervisor comments. Ranger Pattermack has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Signed, Janice Greenbrier, Senior Conservationist. Now, I believe it was Rick that we thought Mum might be having an affair with. There was just a little jump cut there while I adjusted the settings. We can turn that lamp on, I think, so I don't know why we haven't. Oh, here we go. There, that's a bit more bright. A bit more bright. I don't think that makes sense. We've got a drawer here. And we have a note for a Halloween show. Misfits, don't forget your costume. See you there. And this is Lonnie's band, I believe.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Right, so it's not Lonnie's band, but they went to a band together. And I think things are definitely heating up in this relationship. So they're not officially together, but I think it's pretty clear that they both have feelings for each other. We do need to quickly pop this cassette tape in. Oh, there was a recorder in this room, wasn't there? I think so, but we're heading back to Sam's room anyway. We'll pop this in for a second, but I can't play them for too long because I get copyright strikes. Right, I've had to cut a lot of that out, but you weren't missing much, to be honest. It is Lonnie's band again, and yeah, she was just doing some singing basically, so you've not missed a lot there. But on the last video, I got copyright. It's alright, it doesn't really affect anything, but I got copyright for playing one of those songs for just a little bit too long. So I do need to be careful. So let's head back into this room. And we have this closet. Oh, it's a different room. I thought it was a closet. We have this room to explore. Just looking for the light switch. Very important for this playthrough. And it's sort of a spare room. So what do we have in here? Obviously, they haven't finished unpacking yet. They've not been in the house long. So we have a book. And it is Wildfire. Oh, is it a saucy firefighting novel? That'd be Mum's then, won't it? Yeah, I think it's a saucy novel there. It's definitely not one of Dad's books that he's written. So Mum is a romance reader. We have a sewing table. Let's open that up. And we have a sewing machine. How cool is that table, by the way? I'd love something like that. So I think perhaps Mum is sewing as well. She does a lot, does Mum? So she paints, she sews, she's a conservationist, a senior conservationist. She's going up and up in her job. There's one of Mum's paintings again, presumably. What do we have here? A cassette case. Right, so there's nothing in it. It says calculated. It's a little hard sometimes to read the notes that are on these cassettes. I'm trying. It says for Sam. It's not the easiest to read these notes. Here we go. Oh, it's just giving us the set list there. I don't know if it's called a set list if it's on a cassette. The playlist? No. The track listing. There you go. Now, I end up taking this all the way back, I think, even though it's just a cassette case. So I'm going to cut this out and I'll get back to you when we're back in the room because there's no cassette in here, so I don't need to be taking this with me. Right, I'm back to where we were. I walked that cassette case all the way to Sam's room for no reason, and we have an outfit here. It looks like a pirate's outfit. So that has to be something to do with Sam's story. Yes. So is it Captain Allegra and the first mate? You can see that they are both female. So I think Sam is sort of in the position of Captain Allegra and Laurie is the first mate. So we have a map here. Lonnie. Did I say Laurie? I meant Lonnie. Holy crap, I was in the library and I noticed something in the corner and I found a secret passage and it had Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Oh my god, I have to see this. We're skipping 6th. So there's a secret passageway that we need to go and look at. So if you remember, Oscar is our father's uncle, so he's our great uncle, and he bequeathed this house to our father. There's a lot of mystery surrounding Oscar, so we definitely need to figure out what that is. As I say, there's been conflicting reports about him being the pillar of the community, but also people think he's creepy. So we have a book here on healthy choices, skills for a healthier life. Let's continue on, but we definitely need to check out that secret passageway. So here we have the attic. And it says, Sam's dark room. Do not enter if red lights are on. Well, the red lights are on. And the attic is locked, so we can't enter even if we wanted to. I feel like we've looked through all of the rooms now. So literally the only place we can go is this secret passageway in the library. So let's head there now. So the mystery is definitely still present. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Everybody's missing. So we do know that Sam and Lonnie are in a relationship-ish that Mum and Dad would probably frown upon. We know that there's mysteries with Dad and Oscar. Dad is a failing writer at this point, who's also drinking quite heavily. And Mum is wanting more out of their marriage than she's getting, I would say. So it takes me a while to locate this secret passageway, so I may do a jump cut until we get to it. So I will see you in 1 second. So I'm back, and clearly I can't read a map because I was here, there and everywhere, but the secret passageway is in this corner here. So if we open this panel, here it is. And what's on the walls? Oh, we definitely need a light of some sort. Let's pull this string. Here we go. So it looks like it's full of... I don't even know. What is that? Newspaper articles? I don't know. We've also got a map. And it says Ghost Hunters, Sam and Lonnie Secret House Investigation Log. Hidden compartments found 3. 1 in the library, 1 in the upstairs hall and 1 in the foyer. Evidence of the supernatural discovered, 0. So we have 3 secret panels that we need to now find as well that have things inside them. So that's pretty interesting. We're going to have to do that. But this is a secret passageway of Oscar's. And actually, I'm just looking on the walls now. It looks like lots of photos of women. And sort of fashion. And it's secret, so was Oscar a cross-dresser perhaps? Is that maybe why the family don't like him so much? And that secret passage has led back into Mum and Dad's room, I believe. Now, for full transparency, I did end up having to do another playthrough in order to platinum this game. And I did miss in that secret passageway a crucifix. I believe there's a crucifix in there. So now we're going to be finding the secret passages. Not secret passages, the secret compartments. And again, this takes me quite a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a jump cut and get back to you when we find them, just so this episode runs a little more smoother. So I didn't really need a jump cut because the first one we are pretty much right next to. Here it is. And we have a Ouija board there. And anything else? No, just the Ouija board maybe? Never used one. I don't really have any interest in using one, to be totally honest with you. But it's clear that Sam and Lonnie are trying to contact Oscar. And we have a note, we have a pen, and we have a first combination scrap. So it says, hello, hello, who are you, Oscar? What do you want to come back? So to come back, maybe. So we have the combination for something. We're looking for a combination code, aren't we? Oh, for the, what do you call it, in Sam's room? Sam's locker. We're looking for Sam's locker combination. So what I'm going to do now is get to the second destination where the secret panel is, and I will be back with you in 1 second. So we're in the foyer. We are heading over to near Dad's office, and here is the second panel. Let's see what's in here. So we have a story, Heaven at the Edge of the World, Private Do Not Read, The Green Glacier, Part 2 by Samantha Greenbrier. So let's go ahead and read this story quickly. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch high in the forest's branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, each lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. We have to hurry. Allegra's party followed behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. His life hung in the balance. So the first mate changed from male to female at one point? Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop." She saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted no and flung her sabre at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. Interesting. But then from the vat something began to emerge, a head of dark brown hair, just like the first mate's, then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat soaking wet. But as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw that the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair and hands and body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate, she, spoke, in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian queen said, "She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." So it's very telling that Sam started writing the story as a female and male romance and ended it as a female-female romance. It's clear that she is discovering herself and what she likes, who she likes. And I fear her parents aren't too happy about it, judging by how the story is going. So we have the second combination scrap here, so we can now go and look in Sam's locker. But there was one more hidden panel. Right, no, I think we're going to Sam's locker first. And there is one more hidden panel in the library, I believe it said. So we'll head to Sam's locker first and see what's going on in there. And I must remember that there is another panel that I need to look at. So the combination is 0501, was that? Or 0507? I just missed that. We have a picture of Lonnie in 1994.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. It felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Oh, that's so sweet. So the relationship has definitely progressed between the two of them. They've had their first kiss. How adorable. So I wasn't sure if there was more to the story or not, which is why we are here, just sort of standing here, but we do have a key. So let's go ahead and take this key. And this is the key to the basement. Okay, so we have a basement key now. We have a cigarette packet, so Sam is obviously smoking and hiding the fact that she's smoking. Presumably Lonnie smokes as well. And we also have a clothing tag on an item of clothing there. 2 items of clothing. So presumably Sam is also stealing as well, which is not great. We also have some magazines that she's hidden, obviously with women on the front cover in their underwear. So Sam really is a teenager exploring herself, I guess, exploring how she feels. And she obviously feels like she can't be herself at home, which has led to acting out behaviours such as stealing and smoking. So we are really getting a picture of Sam, and I really do feel for her. I've been a teenage girl. I understand. I do feel for her, and obviously she's not getting the support that she needs at home. So we do have the basement key, but I think we're going to go and find this 3rd panel. So I may do a quick jump cut and get back to you when we've done that. No, we're not going to find the 3rd panel, so completely ignore me. We do still have that 3rd panel to find. Instead, we are going to go ahead and use the basement key and continue on with our story. But we do still have that panel, remember. So it seems like a whole new wing of the house has been opened up for us, pretty much. So there's going to be lots more to explore. And I think the story is unravelling quite a bit now. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. So we're now down into the basement. Obviously a lot of stuff has yet to be unpacked. We have some chips down here, some potato chips that haven't been fully eaten, so they've been put there fairly recently. We have a ring binder, we'll just throw that to the floor for now, there's nothing interesting there. And we have a note. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavourful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long. But it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 20 seconds at a time. Wait, I think that says 30 seconds, not 20 seconds. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. And then there's a drawing there, posh drawing. So then we have Sam's reply. Dear Mr. Soto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the 2 events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman, with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again sometime next year, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. So perhaps Lonnie's family are more open about the idea of those 2 being in a relationship. Maybe they know, maybe they don't. But it seemed that Samantha much enjoyed her time with Lonnie's parents over time with her own. So that's very telling. We also have a drawing here, Sam and Lonnie.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around, well, you know, so you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
Oh, they're telling each other they love each other now. I think it's getting me a bit emotional, this story, because I think it's really sad that... Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional. I think it's really sad that people have to hide that part of themselves, or they feel like they have to. I mean, being a teenager is hard enough, but I just hate it. I wish Sam didn't have to hide who she was. So we have one of Katie's old sex ed assignments, and we read Samantha's sex ed assignment. So I don't think I'm going to read this whole thing, but I have a feeling that Katie's is perhaps more clinical, maybe more what they wanted over what Sam did. So I think they're definitely trying to show you the comparisons between Katie and Sam. Katie's doing very well, or did very well in school when she was in school. Sam isn't doing so well. Even though Sam is very intelligent, she's been offered a scholarship, but she just doesn't want to pursue that kind of thing in life. So we have a plaque here. This is Caitlin's plaque. So we saw that Sam had a plaque. Katie also has a plaque. And again, it just looks like lots of old items of Katie's, some of Mum's old drawings or paintings, stuff that just hasn't gone out yet into the new house. So I think we can probably move on into this room. I don't like being in basements. There's something really creepy about being in basements in games. I think it's probably because here in the UK, very few of us actually have basements. So the idea of a basement is really freaky. I'd love a basement for storage or for space, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of Brits' experiences with basements is horrors. So there's something chilling about being in a basement. So we have a letter here. We're going to turn this lamp on. Let's see what this letter says. So it's a letter to Sam from Reed College, and it says, "Dear Samantha, congratulations. I am pleased to inform you of your admission to the creative writing track of the Reed College Summer Programme for Young Scholars in the 1995 session. We believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community. Based on your portfolio and academic record, I am also pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer programme's tuition and fees. The attached documentation delineates your schedule, optional secondary track choices, and your dormitory assignment. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time undergraduate scholarships to be awarded to exemplary students at the end of each summer programme. We very much look forward to your attendance. Again, congratulations on your admission and best wishes from all of us at Reed College. Sincerely, Julie Morris, Director of Admissions." So it shows that Sam is just as capable academically, but she just doesn't take the path that everybody wants her to take. She does things a different way, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, "Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Oh no, even I forgot that part. So Lonnie's going into the army. So Sam's going off to college, Lonnie's going into the army. It's going to be very complicated, isn't it? I'll have to see what happens. So we have a lot of books here. A lot of books. This is one of Grandad's books. Okay, so we have Joyce, A Complete Understanding, Richard Greenbrier, PhD. So, blah, blah, blah. Katie's grandfather, Katie and Sam's grandfather, was also a writer, much like their dad. I wonder if there's added pressure there. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Clearly he doesn't like his father because this is a picture of his father with his face missing out of the frame. So I was going to say, I wonder if there's added pressure between Dad and his father, with them both being writers. So we have a scrap here of a 14-karat gold heart pendant in 2 halves, customizable with up to 10 letters, and it's Lonnie and Sam. So Sam has had some heart pendant made, which is really cute. 2 heart pendants made for her and Lonnie. More of Mum's paintings. So yes, I'm guessing that the relationship between father and his father was not very good, and I'm assuming his father isn't around anymore because the house was bequeathed to him and not his father. Here we have a newspaper clipping that says, "Mason's Pharmacy Soda Fountain welcomes Boone County youngsters." The cheeks of Goodfellow High School students were rosy today, as each and every last one stepped up to the newly christened soda fountain at Oscar Mason's Pharmacy downtown. Following many months of renovations, including a brand new dispenser, to mix fizzy water with any number of flavoured syrups, and a glass-topped ice cream case with which to scoop, scoop, scoop to the heart's delight, Mr. Mason, long a well-loved fixture of Main Street, looked overjoyed to welcome the throng of young people, and then it starts getting a little messy. The first sweet served up to the crowd was a chocolate sundae. Terry Greenbrier, age 8, favourite nephew of Mr. Mason, and I can't really read anymore. So in Oscar Mason's pharmacy, he got a soda fountain and some ice cream, and his first customer was his nephew, our father. Now, I wasn't around in the late 50s, early 60s, but is that normal? Would a pharmacy have had a soda fountain and an ice cream machine? It doesn't sound quite right to me because, a pharmacy's there for your health, and ice cream clearly isn't, but who knows? So now we have one of Dad's books with something stuck to it. This is The Accidental Saviour. And it says, Dear Terence, thank you for sending along a copy of your newly published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognised my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalisation of that which he holds dear and that which he fears, and in this respect I believe your work was successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre clichés and implausible dime straw. Science fiction Deus Ex Machina. I thought it was Deus Ex Machina, but never mind. The great authors speak of their life's milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that reflects their thoughts without distortion. That refracts their thoughts, not reflects. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard Greenbrier, PhD. Wow, so his dad's a bit of an arse. And what I find really sad about this is his dad's letter is on the back of the book, which means he sent the book back to his son. So Dad sent the book to his dad for him to read, and Granddad's letter is on the back of the book. So he never even kept the book. I really feel for Dad as well. I think that's Mum's citizenship stuff. So we have Mum's heritage here. So I'm definitely not going to read all of that. It's very difficult to read. But Mum is Canadian, and this is her certificate showing that she is now a US citizen. I don't know how much difference that makes to the story, but we'll see. So let's continue on looking through the basement. Lots of juicy stuff in the basement. There is 2 ways to go, and I'm not entirely sure which way I should be going first. So this is a bit of a difficult decision, but I am going to go in here. I think we end up having to backtrack on ourselves quite a lot because there's lots of different ways you can go. And this family have so much stuff, by the way. So what's this? A book? And it is a ledger for Mason's pharmacy between January and June 1960. So the soda fountain was installed in 1959, late 1959, and that is showing 1960. Is that someone's ashes? What on earth's in there? I don't even want to know. Oh, wait, the book had, ash on it, so it's not someone's ashes. They tried to burn the book. They tried to burn the ledger, and I'm not sure why. Now, we have another postcard, which I'm assuming is from us. No, it's not. It's from Lonnie. And I do find Lonnie's handwriting difficult to read, but I will give it the best. Hey, Sam, I'm writing to you from Mulmona Falls. I don't know where that is. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March and I don't know if anyone running this school has been to Oregon. Oh, it's Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh, wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh, shit. Does that say? Love you, love L.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. For hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
Okay, so they got lost on a field trip, and Sam is worried that her classmates know about her and Lonnie's relationship. She doesn't believe that her mum and dad suspect a thing. So what do we have in here? A newspaper clipping. Oh my goodness, there's so much to read. So here we have a clipping from 1965 saying Mason's pharmacy changes hands. The shoppers of Main Street were surprised today at the announcement that Mason's pharmacy would change ownership for the first time it opened 10 years ago. Rumours swirled that the sudden sale of the pharmacy was transacted for a song. When asked about speculation that a deal had been signed for as little as $1. Oh. Mr. Samuel, I can't quite catch that last name, Oscar Mason's longtime assistant and now proprietor of Mason's Pharmacy, told the Rogers or reporters, I don't know what that says, the specifics will remain between myself and Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason had taken sick, and was unavailable for comment. Oh, so the pharmacy changes hands 6 years after putting the ice cream and soda stream in there. We're really learning lots of new information in this episode. It's a little bit overwhelming. Hopefully you guys are keeping up with it. I'm trying to keep up with the story as best I can. Then there's a hidden bookcase stair, but I think we are going to backtrack perhaps and go back to the other room that we didn't go into. Yes, I think so. So we don't want to use the hidden bookcase stairs just yet. And we're in some sort of bathroom, bedroom kind of thing. I don't know whose room this was. I don't know why we've turned the light off. Get that light back on. And it's all sort of run down and broken. We have a waste paper basket with lots of things in. We have a cassette player, so we might have to use that. We have a letter, and this is Yolanda de Soto. Ah, that's Lonnie. So it's a letter to Lonnie again from Samantha, and this is from Mexico. And I think that is the new address. Sorry, it's not a letter to Lonnie. It's a letter from Lonnie to Sam from Mexico. So let's see what the letter says. Oh, God, this is going to be hard to read. It says, Dear Sam, I'm so happy you liked the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico, I think, possibly. The nature here is definitely different. I don't know, than back home. I keep thinking about... I can't read it. And the first... Oh, Allegra and the first mate lost on a mystery something island when even the plants were out to get you, or were out to get them. And then I think of them together out there in the wilderness together, and I start thinking of you again. Something in bed, and I almost feel you. I've been trying to save it for when we're together again. Oh, I haven't done a good job, okay, but I tried. Oh, saucy. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we start driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We will have to spend so much time in the dark room. Love, Lonnie. And then there's a today's Spanish lesson at the top. But I don't think that's too important. We also have another badge which says X-ray specs. So Lonnie is writing to Sam from Mexico. We've got a bed here and what's in the corner? We've got some stuff in the corner. We have a form, which is Semwold Fine Jewellery, Samantha. Oh, so this is the heart engraving, the heart pendants. This is the form for those. How cute. Again, I'm not really keeping track with all the dates and stuff. I probably should be. Right, we have a cassette, and this says Girl Scout and Self. Again, I can't play these for too long, so I might have to jump cut here. Yeah, unfortunately, I've had to cut a large portion out there, but it is another song of Lonnie's. And then we have a scrap, which is Girl Scout, the band formerly known as Cubs. I don't know what that says. Set list, and then this is some of these songs. So Lonnie's new band is called Girl Scout.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
So it's really sweet. I mean, it's a bit debatable whether Lonnie can sing or not, to be honest, listening to these tapes. It's not my kind of music. So we're now going back again, but there was more to that room. So we're doing a lot of back and forthing. We're now going to go up here. Are we? I feel like we should go and do that other room. I really do. Maybe not. So we do still have a room in the basement to do. Yeah, we are going to go back. I think we should. I think we should go back. No, we're not going to go back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there is a room in the basement left. And we also have to find that secret panel in the library. So I am keeping up somewhat. I do think we should have gone and done that other room in the basement. And there's also 2 ways here. There's too many ways. There's too many bloody ways. So we've got here, that obviously leads upstairs somewhere. We'll keep looking in this room, but we definitely need to go back at one point. So we have a pillow here and a sock. Oh my. We have a cassette tape. Oh my goodness, not again. We have a comic book, Women Outlaws. So this looks to be where Sam and Lonnie are maybe hanging out and writing comics and that kind of thing. What else do we have? We have a board here. And it's again more about Captain Allegra and the First Mate. We have another button badge which says Wipers. These are different button badges of Lonnie's songs, I think. Kicking Against the Patriarchy. Heard Enough. So they're very much writing about women's empowerment here. And again, we have some more comics. Kicking Against the Patriarchy, the Great Goodfellow Riot of 95. So I can imagine that Sam's parents would not be happy with the kind of things, the kind of comics that she's writing. They seem very traditional, very conservative. So there's a door there, I think. We have more socks. And some potato chips. And we have Sonic Youth, so we have presumably a band there. We have a label. What's this label for? Girl Justice Now, or Girl Justice Now. We have a pizza that's been eaten. And we have a letter. We have a cassette player, so I am going to have to play that cassette, but let's have a look at this letter first. So it's to Sam from Goodfellas Senior High School. Dear Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It showed initiative and was well written, but it does not change my mind on this matter. While I understand that Mr. Soto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. Oh dear. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in this incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, and there has been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. I would suggest letting this issue drop, as it will only bring more unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole incident in the first place. So basically, someone's defaced Sam's locker in school, and Lonnie's defaced her own locker in protest with profanity. Maybe it was to do with the fact that they are obviously a lesbian couple, who knows. And the school clearly doesn't want to do anything about it, which sounds about right.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Yeah, it really is a difficult one, isn't it? You know, Lonnie wants to join the army. I'm guessing in the 90s, the army wasn't very progressive about, you know, maybe lesbians in the army. I don't know. It's not my area. So again, I might have to cut some of this out. Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your music taste, I have had to cut those out. But a lot of Lonnie's songs, again, are very anti-authority, anti-establishment, that kind of thing. So we can go through there, we can go to the other side, or we can go downstairs. But I think we might leave the episode here and continue on next week. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye Embers.